Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Kawak again. Another walk to work. But I just want to show you something. See, that's the moon. And that's where the sun is supposed to come out, right behind that tree. So they're going to be there was a cigarette on the sidewalk, and I thought, man, maybe one of those kids picked that shit up and try to smoke it. So I stomped on it. That's the same thing you gotta do with anything that comes up against the truth, right? What I mean is, let's say, and brothers are doing the right thing. Let's say your work tells you, oh man, we got another fucking mandate that you gotta get this fucking vaccine. You tell them, KMA, kiss my ass. But you think kiss my ass, but you say other things. You say, that violates my rights, you know? I have a right to self-medicate, blah, 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 hoop-de-hoop. And if you have to quit, then that's based, that action alone is based on your integrity. So in my organization, there's about 400 people in it. And only 12 of us had that religious exemption. At other companies, it might be different. You know, I'm gonna get a shot of the heavens. You know, there might be a chariot somewhere. Man, it looks so beautiful out here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. I mean, it's cold as fuck. And this is what I'm wearing. You know, it says all terrain, but it doesn't say all weather. And that shit is what the test, right? So the pants are like what you're testing, right? So the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is testing you. The problem with that is, it's like we don't even understand why things are happening, but it's all part of the game plan, right? Let's say you try out for a football team, professional level. I'm willing to bet that at that stage, everybody that plays or performs, you know, drills, everybody that's on the team has some sort of injury. You can't be active like that and not have an injury or two. So that's the problem. So then the coaches look just like Yahweh looks, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh looks. The angels look. They're like, all right, see that guy? He's a crybaby, but he still does the work. You know, Kawak does complain a lot, but he's got 5 channels dedicated to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Man, that's 5. Had to switch hands because it's cold out here. So it's just really, when you put up a video, one, you're testifying, so you're giving testimony, which means that you're a witness to Yahushua, right? You're one of his witnesses. 2, you're showing the other people on the planet that you ain't down with them and their tirades and their fucking games. Oh, and it smells like fire, like wood, burning stoves, wood burning fireplaces. That's a good smell, but you know it's toxic to your house. You have carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, all those fucking gases. But the fire is what cleans it, right? But sometimes it makes a mess. And that's what you don't understand. When you're going through life, you're a mess. You're a damn mess. You're all jacked up. You're all whatever, man. You don't have your shit. When you hold camp, that's the only time you feel like you got anything together. So you try to make that moment last as long as possible. But then you have to go back to your regular life. So the test is the whole time. The whole time. Because there's and I feel bad saying it, but there's Israelites that are only Israelites on the weekend. You know? And there are Israelites that are only Israelites by affiliation. What I mean is they wear their fringes on their clothes, at work. And then there's the worst kind, affiliation, but they don't claim nothing. They don't, they don't say, I watch this camp or I watch that camp. They don't use a name. They just know that they're an Israelite. And some people, a consolation prize is good enough. And that's terrible. This truth is like American gladiators, man. You're the little motherfucker that they put up against these professional bodybuilders that take steroids. These fucking monsters, these super soldiers, Satan's angels, and they're fucking blocking your they're blocking your fucking way, right? And you as a gladiator, you gotta perform against them, and you gotta perform against your doubts. So it's really tough out there. So don't forget that you're a man. You're a man. What does that mean? That means you better know how to make fucking fire. If you don't have matches, if you don't have a lighter, you better learn a lot of ways to make fire. I was teaching my 2 sons how to use a ferrocerium rod. You know that thing that causes sparks, you just like that. So we started fires. I started fire. It's not just about starting a fire, but you got to transfer it, right? So I was teaching them that lesson as only a father could do. Man, it's getting brighter, but the moon is still out. So that the lesson is about the fire, right? Keeping the fire going. And it's not literally about fire. It's about me showing my 2 sons and my daughter that their dad, me, knows how to make fire. And I told them, look, if shit hits the fan and we have to be homeless and we have to run, and we won't starve. You know, we'll be okay. We know how to make fire. We know how to make shelter. So you gotta practice all these things. Go camping. Rough it, man. Rough it. Because men are supposed to be rough. And we thrive in those environments. See, the reason I'm walking is because my car is giving up a sign put the OBD scanner on it, and it's some bullshit fuel line or air intake. That's the second time it's done it, so now I gotta take it. So with that thought, me looking at that scanner, I thought all the way to what am I willing to do to fix my vehicle? And the answer is I am willing to sacrifice a whole paycheck to do so. So the things that I already thought about that I'm going to execute on is I'm going to call the car dealership and to ask them if their parts on warranty. They're probably going to say no. And I'm also prepared to say, can I take it in to get an estimate? That way I know I can brace myself and prepare myself financially for how much I'm going to spend. And I don't know how much. It shouldn't be that much. But they're a car dealership and I'd rather have them do it because I bought that car from that car dealership. And it's already paid off, so that's, I got to fix it so I can keep it going. So I'm prepared to do all that. And I thought about all that in an instant. So that's the fire, right? Fire is the knowledge. That's why Apostle Tahar is always harping on fire. You got to be on fire. You got to be on fire. And the brother Nance Yawakal Ainat, that man is on fire. So, how can I be on fire? Me personally. I look at myself and I say, I look at those men and I say, man, I judge every other man that's in the truth by those standards. So I'm like, man, who am I going to follow? So if they have the fire and I want that fire, they're going to pass it on to me just because I want that fire, right? That fire is what's supposed to be passed on. So they pass on and I pass it on and my children pass it on until Yahushua comes back. Hopefully, and we know he's going to come back pretty soon. Because that war in Israel is coming up. Armageddon. Armageddon them all. And he's going to round them up. The Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Valley of Judgment. And it's going to be terrible. And in the Apocrypha it says, does it say? Yeah, it says, woe to them. Or is it Revelation? Woe to them that got left behind. It's probably Revelation. So that means that you're going to have to survive in a terrible climate, one, and terrible conditions in that climate. So you see, when I say I respect and love soldiers, man, because you guys are very tough. And I have respect for the homeless because these motherfuckers are living out here in the hardness. But where are you? Under your roof, air conditioning. You got your snacks, you got your things ready. Everything's good for you. You don't have any struggles. So the point of this story is struggles. Struggles make the man. Right? Struggles make the man. So when a struggle happens to a man, that man is judged by other men on how well he can take that struggle. Right? So what happens when I struggle is nobody even knows about it because it's my pedo, man. And pedo is a Chicano saying for it's my bullshit, I gotta deal with that. So I don't ever fucking tell nobody. I don't even tell my rib. So I just deal with it and it gets handled. And I feel satisfied when I do stuff like that. So why would I share that problem with anybody else to take away that sense of accomplishment from me? So you could judge me by the way I use my words, man, and that's not my problem. That's just because I read a lot. And I understand things that I need to understand, and I make decisions based on those understandings. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. It's going to get cold this winter. And if your shit if let's say the power goes out or something, or for some odd reason, you have to learn how to make fire. You learn how to make fire. I'm probably gonna make a video on that, show you exactly how I did it, and then demonstrate, and then I'll show you the proper tools to get it, the proper tools you need. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.